Nick, we are jumping in literally this quickly, okay? Starting off with Yoda, who's actually going to be running for the Arby play, which is ironic considering that Yoda has once said that Arbiter is hot garbage. And on the red side, we have Flame Pie Man, who's running as Forge, which is actually a really interesting choice, isn't it?
Forge, I like Forge. Depends on how quickly we're going to see that Forge Hog come out, though. I think that's really going to be the dictating factor here. If you're Forge Pet, do you want to go Marines, heavy, or do you want to try to Tech 2 with Rolling Economy?
So my favorite thing to do as Forge is actually to get Rolling Economy 1 and 2 and just mass infantry units until I'm 80 population, buy a second base as soon as I can, and then just start rolling out all around the map with my units and just basically just massing as many as I can. So we'll see if Pie Man decides to opt for something like that as well. Yoda here, just going
see how
for
quickly these guys want to get their expansions.
In fact, Nick, I think that Yoda actually went for Extractor first in this play, which is very interesting.
Now we've seen that before, right?
Yeah.
It's a bold move. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen it for Banished. I think about it with the Kinsano Flame Rush, but I don't necessarily think about that with Banished.
My squad is ready to serve.
Are going for a quick tech then?
I mean, I assume.
Harvester
I absolutely assume. I'm not
constructed.
100% positive though, but that's what it sounds like to me.
See if Gen 5th comes up right here.
Right. Actually, I just
Really
want to
short
go
on
on a
money,
little
though.
bit of a camera chase here with Yoda. Just want to see what he does here in the early game here. So, we'll see what he opts for and all that. Just quick flash of the desktop as well. Hope you guys enjoy. Got to make sure the alert box is turned off.
Little look behind the scenes.
Little look behind the scenes. You like my infinite desktop
Mini
wallpaper?
base
I know
complete.
you do. I know you do. So, as we take a look again here, I'm just going to
Our
hop off this
base
now
is
that I'm back
under
and paying
attack.
attention. Flame Pie Man is actually going Armory 5th, so he's going for the Warthog, of course. Warthog, in my opinion, is not one of the best openers that Forge can do. I actually try not to go for Forge's Warthog in the early game because a lot of people, A, expect it, and B, it's just really easy to take down, especially as Arbiter. Say if Arby just goes Ghost right now, Yoda could just mass the Ghost and then he's just going to ram the Forge Hog until it dies, and it would die so quickly. Just honestly,
Yeah, just one ram at a time, and it's stunned. It's not moving anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a pretty easy pick there.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean,
Especially going up against a guy like Yoda who's well aware of the situation.
And then Yoda can also just have enforcers out too to even stun on top of that, and you know, Yoda could end the game pretty quickly here if he just gets as aggressive as we kind of want him to. Of course, as we know though, and I bet you without even looking, I will see that Yoda is massing grunts. You know, that's pretty standard Yoda play. Yoda loves mass grunts. They're actually pretty effective, honestly. They're not, say, in my opinion, I still think ghosts are better in a lot of situations, but mass cloak grunts can actually be very, very good against, say, hero plays in general and various other options for the UNSC against Banished. So we'll see what Yoda does here. Looking like he's putting himself in a really good spot.
In contact with enemy infantry.
Yeah, look at his pop. He's 34 right now to Pie Man's 36, but take a look at his power. He's about to get Tech 2 right off the rip. Meanwhile, Pie Man invested for his hero. Not necessarily. He probably also got the Anvil round as well, so he's investing in that Forge. Hog, which you said earlier, don't necessarily like the play, especially against Arby.
Yeah.
Looks like Yoda's put himself in a good position to have an advantage here.
Yeah. Absolutely, grabbing the power nodes as well. Right now, Yoda's got 2 to Pie Man's 1 single node.
Yeah,
so it's going to be very interesting.
25 seconds out.
Yeah. He's just zooming. He's moving right along. That's 100% why he went for the augmented extractor as quickly as he did, say first. Because especially against a Forge with rolling eco 1 and 2, Forge can be looking really good. So why not try to combat that, right?
Yeah. And he's going to stop Jackrabbit from getting up on the hill. No scout there. Here's the engagement that we're waiting for.
Generator constructed.
Let's have to be careful with those infantry units. The Anvil round can still do quite a bit of damage here, so he's got to make sure he splits them, which he's doing pretty nicely right here.
Yeah. And
I do like the pickup of the base right there. He's adding a third distraction there. Anvil round wasted on the left side.
There goes the stasis mines as
Should
well.
get a good pick
perfect
here.
concave here as well. All of these grunts have a perfect wraparound of this Forge Hog. Yeah, exactly. That Anvil round basically did nothing there. Look how quickly this Forge Hog's going to die to these grunts right here, Nick. They don't even have to move.
That was a absolutely beautiful play by Yoda.
Yeah, fantastic.
The base is a distraction.
There.
Hits a concave going. Forge Hog gone. Yoda in a fantastic spot here.
Generator upgrade complete.
Yeah.
Just too cool under this situation. No worries.
He's still gonna have to sack it simply because of the fact that Forge could still have these some marine grenade situations here where he can just push aggressively, take out the base. Yep, great job here from Pieman as well, sending 1 unit at a time into the mines just to try to take them down. The downside of this whole situation is that Pieman went for that Forge Hog. If he wouldn't have gone Forge Hog, he certainly would have been able to do a lot better of a lot more DPS and have better unit spreads in that engagement. Simply because Forge Hog is so expensive and takes so much power to actually produce. He could have had Marine Grenade out much more quickly, and he could have also been in Tech 2 very quickly at the same time.
The enemy has captured our power node.
You know, he's going for Tech 2 right now, and he's trying to expand right now, so he's a little bit vulnerable at the moment.
Marines under assault from enemy ground forces.
Phantom's now flying as well.
Seeing a Phantom.
Yeah, doing a little bit
Love
DPS. Nice Suicide Grunt connections here as well. Gonna get a couple. Pieman also with a really good split there. Arby is running out as well. On Tech 1, Arbiter is very weak, so honestly, Marine Grenades could do a significant amount of damage here, but as long as Yoda controls the Arbiter properly, he'd be looking pretty good. So like, as the shield goes down right now, you want to back him up, make sure he gets out of there. Actually, he does go into rage mode now as well, so Yoda's just going to sit here and try to fight him? No, he does decide to leave after getting the rage mode, so good control there. Suicide Grunt's another good connection here. Amazing spread here by Pieman. Grenade, Stasis Mine go down for Yoda as well. Going to be giving all of his units a good, decent buff. Marines, however, these Grunts are all stacked up in a big pile. Could easily get a lot of kills here with some Marine Grenades if they start flying out. Nicholas!
Yoda's playing, I think Yoda's playing a really good play. Keeping the Arbiter alive. If he can get a veterancy on that Arbiter, it's only going to get better for him, especially once we get towards Tech 2 Arby here. Phantoms, I want to see how many Yoda actually is going to produce here, but he's got to get an Expo, or he's got to scout out. He's got to scout out Pieman and take out his Expo. He's got to do something here. He's playing a little bit too complacent, if you ask me.
Yeah, because
he might drop
Harvester upgrade
he doesn't have vision on it at all. Of course, keep in mind though, once Yoda gets the 4th point, he can't have the Enforcer drop. So dropping Enforcers on a mini base or anything will actually be very obnoxious for Pieman to deal with. So we'll see here what the Arbiter is going to be doing as well, since he's one-shot walking around the enemy side of the map. Yoda is establishing a really good defense though, Nick, even though he is slightly behind in the tech game, in my opinion, still at this point, since he did lose his expansion. I feel like he's still looking pretty good.
I kind of wish he
leader point earned.
Kind of wish he made a few more Suicide Grunts in that opening engagement, just as a contingency play. If he had a couple, he could have kept that base up, and 2 Suicide Grunts would have ripped the rest of Pieman's army right there. And it would have been an easy way for him to get that Expo up and running, and he'd be really ahead of the game right now. But Arby looking like he's pushing, trying to cause a little bit of a problem on Pieman's side, so that way Yoda can get a little map control here.
Supply pad constructed.
Doing a lot of DPS here. This is one of the very big, underused strong suits of the Arbiter, in my opinion, where Arby can just walk up and pick a base without even losing his shield at this early point in the game as well. Yep, there we go. Enforcer drop coming down at the same time. This is actually be very tough for Pieman, because Yoda could potentially just pick 3 buildings. Actually, honestly, this Arbiter might be able to handle some of these Warthogs. Great splits here also at the same time from Pieman. Great control, just using one ram at a time.
Well. There it is.
Yeah, keeping the Arbiter's health just continuously rolling up right now. Pieman's going to have to bring back his entire army to deal with this situation. Arbiter's definitely still going to have to get out of there.
That Arby out of there.
You know what it is? The Forge Hog, now that he's upgraded as well, is going to do, like, he can do so much DPS to another hero unit. So the Arbiter's certainly going to have to bail in this situation. Run all the way back home to mommy in this awkward health bar he's got. Look at that, 3 red health bars, Nick. He's gonna die pretty quickly if Yoda's not 100% careful. We'll see.
Keeping that Arby alive is of the most importance right now. And the Phantoms are a fantastic play. He's got Hunters in there. It's going to be so difficult for Pieman to counter the Phantoms, because think about it, he's getting Wolves out to probably counter that. And as soon as he kills those Phantoms, he can just release those Hunters, and then the Hunters rip off the Wolves. Yoda playing a really smart game right here. We'll see if he can keep this Expo alive.
Wolverine ready for orders.
It's going to be very tough for Yoda, considering all of these Warthogs are officially rolling in. Even the one Wolverine will actually be a big help as well. Just from these Phantoms, simply because they're made out of paper mache and can go down fairly easily. Hunters and the Phantoms, though, will be another huge help here for Yoda in this situation, trying to defend this base. Arbiter does get rammed again multiple times. Great control here from Pieman, splitting his army, trying to keep the Wolverines on the right side while dealing with these Phantoms. Phantoms are super weak. Actually, 2 of them going down, and the Arbiter gets picked as well, Nick. Pyman somehow just pulling every single clutch that he needs to at the moment.
Our base is under attack.
Man, this is actually
Yoda in some trouble here.
Early engagement here. Or early engagement at 10 minutes into the game, I should say.
Wolverine,
Middle
reporting
game
for
engagement.
duty.
Yoda's base is going to go
Middle
down,
game.
Nicholas. Yoda does, however, have this...
He does have a second base, though.
Yeah, and he's upgrading it right now, so the timing on this is pretty favorable. If he's able to get his army over there to defend it, especially with a couple
Augmented
hunters inside
harvester
these phantoms, he should
complete.
honestly be able to hold it off. Needs to get the Arbiter out again. Let's see, Arbiter's already 75% done nearly as well. Pyman needs to have map knowledge in this situation, though he doesn't have a single unit over there to scout, but he is stealing nodes, so that's pretty good. Definitely owns the map right now. Wolverine's getting within range of these phantoms.
Shield gen
comes
coming up at the
right
perfect time.
Yeah, at the absolute perfect time. Arbiter going into the
Arby's
rage mode
back
as
up.
well. Going to be get the conduit, or conduit's going to be dropping on those phantoms to get them a little bit more HP back. Considering
What a
that they're so
fantastic
weak.
play by Yoda.
Stronghold
He's still got a
upgrade
stasis
complete.
mine over there. He just dropped in elite enforcers onto Pyman's main base
Using the stasis
because of
mine.
that vision.
That's actually incredible.
Yes.
This is a...
Was able to get some vision there.
Pyman's going to have to select his
Gonna pick
units,
their base now.
his warthogs by themselves and on the back to defend us, because these elite enforcers will pick nearly 3 or 4 buildings on the base in the time that takes them to get back. He's all uniting, so they're going at the speed of the Wolverines here. Really not good for Pyman in this situation. I honestly feel like he could pick both garages here too. He's actually going to be targeting the generators while dropping another stasis mine on the enforcers, Nick, and try and keep their HP up. So that way they can focus this gen. Amberon does go down as well. That
He might be able to get
Warthog two-shot him, and Yoda's not able to grab that
Keeps it alive.
generator. He honestly should have target fired this garage and the heavy supply pad before he kept going. Even though I understand the value of picking that, it's just the riskiness. You might just not have known how
Vehicle
soon
level
Pyman
two
was going to
research.
get back to defend.
So during that
Our base
engagement,
is under
Yoda
attack.
actually scouted that third
Power
base for
extractor
Pyman.
constructed.
Notice that Pyman doesn't have it, and now realizes that he's got a 3 base to 2 advantage here. He can start steamrolling here if he can engage this army
Turret
properly here.
constructed.
Yeah.
We'll see how this engagement turns out. The Phantom's got to stay inside that shield.
Now, right now as well, Pyman's sitting on that basic Forge Eco. Actually, Rise has said that he spent nearly 2,000 power somehow. Or
Our
supply, but
foes
Yoda's
attack
sitting
with
at
vehicles.
2,000
Grizzly
supply,
Battalion
so
dropping
Our
in.
power
base
as
is
well.
under attack.
Yeah, that's what it was right there. Grizzly Battalion shows up at the perfect timing as well. Arbiter, now that he's fully upgraded, is honestly going to be a force to
I
be
am
reckoned
turret
with,
constructed.
especially because of the reflecting damage as well. So a lot of this is not looking good here for Yoda, especially with the bombs dropping in as well. Going to be doing a lot of DPS. Yoda's going to have to back
The
up.
enemy infantry
Arbiter
level 1
is
research.
one shot. Honestly, could just be quickly targeted here, and if the Arbiter goes down, that's really bad. There he goes, Nick. Arbiter does fall down. Really bad
Our
situation here
allies
for
are in
Yoda.
danger.
Oh my god, Pyman could just target this base and drop it so quickly, Nicholas. And that's exactly what he's
I
going
don't
to
think
do.
Yoda has a response to this.
I don't think so either. I think from here, Pyman just needs to get aggressive onto the main and try to pick it and
Leader
see what can
power
happen.
ready.
Pyman definitely showing that he's been doing a lot of practicing since the happening. Wants to do better in the situation, right?
My Phantom is ready to join the
You will
fight.
fall. Our base is under attack.
Yoda, I think, is done. I don't think he has a response to this.
Augmented
Yeah, I don't think
harvester
he can come back
upgrade
at
complete.
all.
He's trying to get the raid camps on his secondary base right now, but they're not going to come up in time.
Taking fire from the ground. Over.
Don't necessarily see a way out of this for Yoda.
It'd be very tough for him to come out of this situation. Just knowing the situation at hand here is so drastic for him at the moment. And Pyman just having
Turret constructed.
the actual
Turret constructed.
perfect army composition.
Someone get these ground pounders off of me.
Great control of the Forge Hog as well, backing him up a little bit. Keeping him in the perfect range. Like I said, the Forge Hog's DPS to hero units is absolutely ridiculously good. Arbiter's going to have to back up and hide the shield here. A lot of stasis units going down. There's the mass stasis dropping as well for the Arbiter. Going to be freezing all but 4 units, Nicholas.
My blades will taste your
Should be able to get all of them picked right here, and then might be able to rally in those hunters in time.
Yeah, it
Save
definitely needs
this
more
game.
hunters in this situation. I'm not sure what
I'm
Yoda
taking
has.
damage.
Get him in the garrison.
Yeah, Yoda does not have. He has two.
He might be able to hold this off
here. He's triple
Our
bumping
base
hunters
is
off
under
of this
attack.
expansion. I believe at the moment trying to hold. Yeah, he is.
Arby going down again.
Yeah, this army composition, although it is going down now for Pyman, the fact that he was able to pick 2 bases in the early game, Nicholas, means that he's looking so good right now. Especially weird that he hasn't grabbed a
Upgrade
third
complete.
base, though, considering he's floating so much supply.
He's leaving a lot of room for Yoda to come back into
Leader
this game.
point earned.
Yeah, it's still even bases, even though obviously Pyman has a fully upgraded base. He's looking great, has all kinds of units being produced out of production buildings on there as well.
An
Yeah,
enemy
Yoda is
vehicle is
just
targeting me.
kind of playing that slow game. He's like, okay, you know, the fact that you haven't steamrolled me yet means something.
The enemy has captured our power node.
Taking artillery
Siege
fire.
turrets or siege
See how
drop
quickly-
as well. Now going to be doing a lot of DPS.
Yeah,
hunters,
that's going to be a
though.
nuisance.
It's really bad for Yoda. Yoda's not going to be looking very good in this situation at all.
Ground troops
All
on
of those
me.
hunters, even though they are anti-vehicle, are so weak. All these units just standing the anvil around DPS as well in the situation. Look at that one-shot veteran Grizzly tank as well. Siege turrets now hitting the base at the same time. The Kodiak, sorry, is what I meant to say. Yoda's expansion going down again. Yoda sitting at his main
Our
base with an
allies are
Arbiter,
in
2
danger.
hunters, and 4 grunts, Nicholas.
Yoda's done. He's got 2,200 supply, 1,600 power. You're going to see a resign
Airpad constructed.
pretty soon here from Yoda. He's got no response to this. Looks like Arby just a little too slow. Can't really find a way to manage those. You know, I think Yoda didn't transition quickly enough into upgraded hunters.
Yeah.
He saw that the early game was going Warthogs, and instead of going Hunters, he kind of just went Grunts and stuck to his guns on that one and focused on that Arby. I mean, look at how much money he's sitting on right now. He's not sacking anything on his main to get a
Our
couple
base
raid
is
camps
under
out.
attack.
He's still focusing on the Arby and the Phantoms.
Gauss cannon research.
I need to see more Hunters if I'm Yoda right here.
Fire base constructed.
I do agree with you as well in that situation. In the early game, I feel like he might have considered going for Ghost, and if he would have done that, then he actually would have had a much better early game attack situation. Although Marine grenades are very difficult to deal with Ghosts, you could still contain
Our
your enemy.
base is under
Even if
attack.
you couldn't walk across the map with those Marines if you did
Under
have
attack
Ghosts.
from a ground vehicle.
So it definitely would have been different. But in this situation, since he did go Grunts versus the Marines, and of course the Forge Hog did help out in some ways, even though Pyman did lose
I'm
that
being
Forge Hog,
engaged by an enemy ground
just-
vehicle.
wasn't enough at all for Yoda to just pull ahead the game and losing its expansion at the same time, buying the expansion in front of Pyman's army, giving him the knowledge that it was there, had to sack it early on. Pyman, seeing that sack, just bought his own expansion, and then from there, look, he never lost it.
Our
He had
base
it
is
the whole
under
game.
attack.
Also, Pyman did a really good job of controlling these spontaneous harasses as well from Yoda. That's what would happen.
Yoda
The
not giving
enemy
up
has sent a vehicle after me.
Doing everything that he possibly can. I can't possibly see a way out of this for Yoda. But we'll see. Never count him out. He's got 100 pop. The unit count's pretty similar here, but the eco, I don't see Yoda replenishing his units in an engagement quicker than
Phantom
Pyman at
under
this point.
artillery
Nah,
attack.
he just physically cannot. Pyman now
Leader
buying the
point
expansion on
earned.
Yoda's side of the map before he buys his own third. The crazy thing is that the Forge Goshawk can actually nearly
They have
six-shot
sent a
Phantoms.
vehicle after me.
So these Phantoms are getting picked from miles away at the same time. So weak just by flying over, even though they have hunters inside them. Arbiter in rage mode,
So Arby
very
he
angry.
might be able to pick off a couple things here.
Never leave this
Before, he might be able to kill one Warthog before he dies, but just the fact that Pyman is really good at controlling
What you
rams
got
on
for
this
me?
Arbiter. Yeah, look at this. The range on the Goss is just too good as well for the Arbiter to get away. Yoda is just buying his time. Pyman just needs to get aggressive and take this game over.
Our base is under attack.
Yoda with the Enforcers picking up mini bases behind his base, though. He might be able to stall with a mass stasis here. If he can mass stasis half the units or so and then make a good engagement there, take on the army half at a time, could possibly win this engagement up against his base right here.
Yeah, that's right.
Airpad
It's gonna have to be an
constructed.
extremely great stasis, though. And I mean, 4 bases to 1. Excuse me, Scarab inbound. Yeah,
Scarab shows up. I didn't even notice that he was doing that. That's pretty funny.
Leader power
we
ready.
are slacking. Scarab is on the field.
Supply pad constructed.
It is never too early in a tournament, Pat, to get a Scarab out.
They sent a vehicle against us.
Pyman can easily kill this unit though, so he's just gonna rush over to it as quickly as he can.
Nightingale ready. Let me know where I'm
Yoda's
needed.
also sending his Phantoms over to deal with Pyman's forcibly
Nightingale, under
aggressive
assault from enemy
expansion.
troops. Need
Scarab's gonna try to
support.
focus fire this Forge Hog to do some DPS to it. Engineers now flying in as well to support the Scarab. So Yoda has the right army
Halo Wars 1 here, Pat?
It looks like it. It looks like it.
This is Halo Wars 1 right here. Scarab, the engineers. I think Pyman might struggle with this, especially if a proper mass stasis gets placed right here.
Oh, that's very true, actually. Mass stasis could basically ruin everything in this army composition. Phantom now flying down as well to deal with Pyman's
I am
expansion once
engaging
again.
enemy infantry.
Scarab's angry.
He's going to pick this base here. He's getting a little bit of map control here. He's going to have 3 bases in just another minute or so. And this Scarab is pushing them all the way back.
We're being attacked by enemy vehicles.
Arbiter down rolling up as well to get the
Epic
conduit.
comeback.
Conduit Scarab is
Reinforcements
very
level 2
intimidating.
researched.
Nicholas. I think, yeah, Yoda's going to have to just be very cautious about where he
We're being
positions this
pounded
unit.
by
This is actually a
artillery.
very good concave here for Pyman. Walking
There's
up
the
to the high
half-mass
ground.
stasis.
Very good play, actually.
Stasis
Half
half
the
of them.
army is officially stasis. Scarab's going to have to stand still and actually engage this. Engineers need to get closer to the Scarab, though, because they're not actually helping him in this situation. In fact, Pyman is picking the Scarabs right now. He's focus firing them. The Scarabs, the engineers.
Deflect the enemy attack.
Forge Hog is 1 bullet now as well as it flies away. Nearly in death zone there. Arbiter, look at this perfect concave here from Pyman and Nicholas. The awesomeness that was the Scarab. Looks like it's already going to go down.
So as long as
Our
Yoda's
allies are in trouble.
rebuilding stuff back at his base,
Level 1,
he
research.
should be fine here because he's going to pick off the 3rd base by Pyman, or the Pyman's 4th base. He's got Pyman down to 2 bases, 87 units to 56. Yoda's got to get some type of units out right now, very quickly to deal with this push.
Our base is under attack.
It's actually very promising that the Forge Hog is 1-shot as well because
Leader point
it's actually
earned.
incredibly easy to get him picked. And of course his aura that is around him does give buffs to units. So
reporting. Over.
just want to be very careful as the Arbiter player here and just focus fire that Forge Hog as soon as you can to try and kill it. I'll
Yoda
say-
not going to be able to protect that secondary base.
Yeah.
Base count's still 2-1 right now.
Hornet reporting for duty.
Yoda does not have the eco right here.
Leader
Yeah,
point
he's just got a
earned.
really good army composition here, Pyman, that is.
in combat with
So-
enemy air units.
Looking very good as he decides to get aggressive. Hopefully this is the one.
Logistics level 2 researched.
A 22-minute game
waiting
though.
for orders.
Almost seems
Our
like Pyman
base
is
is
just
under attack.
almost delaying the inevitable potentially, because he's not getting aggressive on Yoda's base, but he certainly could end the game here if he decided to push. I think he's trying to get a better Hornet composition before he gets aggressive, just because it is a significant tech swap. Pyman pushing again, deciding to buy another expansion on Yoda's side most likely. Yoda not
Our
getting the
base
scout
is
as well
under
on that
attack.
base and seeing, oh, guess what? He doesn't have it. Or he does have it, sorry, is what I meant to
The
say.
enemy has captured our power node. Turret constructed.
We might see the engagement up here on the... Nope, pulls back.
Someone get these ground pounders off of me!
Right in the nick of time.
Just listen to that engine purr.
I think he needs a little bit more Gale units, or a few more Gale units in his army right now, simply because that one
Fire
single
base
Gale
constructed.
is not going to do the best job healing up the whole army. I usually like to have
Apex
2 or 3
constructed.
at the least in my army, especially as Forge. Expansion going down as well for Pyman.
Leader
Yoda's still
power
on 1
ready.
base. He's got Phantoms completely popped,
Hornets reporting
so
for duty.
he's nearly at 120 pop as well. Looks like he's sending some Banshees to get aggressive on Pyman's expansion once again. Trying to buy some time. Pyman has a very good amount
Our base is under
of
attack.
Wolverines in this situation as well, Nick, so he could easily kill
Air
these
level
Phantoms
3 research.
if he's at a good distance, because the Phantoms
He just
still
needs to make a
don't
push
have
and
air
he'll win this game.
Yeah.
Mini base complete.
Here we go. Here comes the
Upgrade
front door
complete.
push that we've been waiting for the last 10 minutes. Now getting the attack on the Hunter's going to be picking them very quickly.
Getting a bit
Keeping the
busy
Hunter inside
around
the
here.
shield is actually be very tough for Yoda because he's going to lose that shield,
Our base is
very
under
quickly,
attack.
especially from the Wolverine shots at the same time.
Foreign units.
Phantom's in a really good
I
position.
drop here.
Receiving
Our allies are in trouble.
Stasis, or actually, I'm sorry, bombs are going to be dropping down on top of the Phantoms and the base at the same time. That's exactly how you'd like to do it.
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal drops down on the army as well. Stasis units at the same time. Conduit of Rage is going down for Yoda's army, but there's only 4 units inside the conduit field. Yoda is now pushing Pyman's side of the map at the same time during this big engagement. Yeah, units are going to have to pull back just slightly, but just give it some time.
I'm under enemy fire.
All the vehicles are going to go down, but guess what? Yoda can't handle this Air Force.
No,
Grizzly
here comes the
Battalion
Grizzly
comes in
Battalion.
as well.
And that will probably end it.
I'm under attack from ground troops.
Mass stasis dropping in.
Actually going to be stasising all but these two Hornets.
Trying to get a heal.
Supply pad upgrade complete.
Ironically enough, this Grizzly Battalion did drop this one Grizzly down at the bottom, causing him to go all the way around somehow. Poor guy.
Under attack.
Pyman could nearly just focus the base and try to kill it and dance around.
Yoda needs to kill that
I'm
Nightingale
under
so that way
fire
his
from
mass
hostile
cloak actually
forces.
works here.
Yeah. Interesting that he did, in fact, grab the plasma torpedo, or whatever it's called. It's basically a plasma torpedo. Gonna be getting aggressive on the base, getting at half health in this engagement. The conduits that are coming down from Yoda are gonna keep the army alive, or I mean his base alive, and the army at the same time. Enough so that
Pyman can't engage this anymore.
Pyman's gonna have to back off from all the anti-air turret support as well, but most of the grunts are doing a lot of the DPS here. Yoda also picked a base at the same time during that whole engagement. Like I said, he did push up with his 4 Banshees and did actually end up killing him. Killing the base, that is.
Yeah, 2-to-1 on base count right now still.
Yeah, which is 2-to-2 now. Yoda's like, you know what? I'll buy that base.
Hornet waiting for orders.
As we look at Pyman's perspective, Pyman actually
amazing.
did a very good job scouting that base as well.
It's amazing how Yoda has been pretty much pinned back to his base this entire time and is still able to hold this off with the Arbiter.
Yeah.
Our base is under attack.
It shows the might of the
Well,
Arbiter,
it looks like
too.
it looks like Pyman's gonna go. Yeah, I mean his leader wheel, Yoda's using it extremely well here. Pyman's got to go ahead and make that engagement now, while the leader wheel is all being reset.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like he's going to be able to push it while Yoda has all of the leader wheels or leader points available to him.
I'm under attack.
And there it is. There's a push on this mini base. Just needs to pretty much suffocate Yoda, get his eco down. You can already see it's in trouble right now. 400 supply, 1,000 resource or power. Pyman just needs to make a good push here.
He needs some
And
gales
it looks
as
like he's
well.
going to go straight Hornets for this push.
His whole army is one shot nearly.
Leader power ready.
Warthog running up as well, going to be scouting this. Of course, I totally understand why he's in the situation where he does want to push and just end the game, but he simply cannot because of the massive force defensively that Yoda does have set up. And as you said, Nick, having all the leader powers for Conduit of Rage every 10 seconds is so
Harvester
good
constructed.
for Yoda.
Yep.
Air level 1
Of course, Hornets
researched.
1-to-1 do
Firebase
actually beat
constructed.
Banshees fully upgraded. So Hornets are looking pretty good, even with the
Wolverine,
plasma
yeah?
torpedo
Show me the
upgrade of the
target.
Banshees. If Yoda does
Supply
decide to
pad
opt in
upgrade
for this
complete.
mass Banshee army that he wants to do,
Fire from ground
and he gets a lot of them up, he still might not be able to handle the Hornets. Although, like I said, there aren't any
pad
Gales in the
constructed.
situation. Oh, there's one, finally, at last. 2 Gales now for Pyman, so Pyman's going to be getting a couple more
Supply
healing
pad
units out in the
constructed.
mix,
Leader
which is very
point
good for him.
earned.
Hornet reporting
Doing a good job
beginning.
scouting as well, making sure that he doesn't have the Expo. Pyman just needs to build up his army, get his leader powers back, and then just go.
We're under attack from ground troops.
Yoda sent a unit over here to try and steal power node, but guess what? Sentinels are still there.
Supply pad constructed.
Yeah, this is a much better option for Pyman.
Marines
to
Don't
under
think
establish
assault
Yoda-
from
there.
enemy ground forces.
I don't think Yoda has the army comp right here to handle this. He's 90 to
Upgrade
120.
complete.
The Hornets right here might just steamroll. He's
They
got wolves
honestly
as
have
well to handle
Upgrade
this.
complete. Supply
Yeah,
pad
I-
upgrade complete.
And it looks like
I'm
he's
under
still got a lot of
attack from
grunts in that
ground
mix.
troops. Over.
Let's see.
Yeah, Pyman really needs to keep the
Supply
Gales
pad
with these
constructed.
Hornets, and then just in a situation where he needs to get them out, just make sure to
Watchtower
individually select all the
constructed.
Hornets and pull them away, simply because the Hornets are
Fortify level 2 research.
fast. And Gales are not.
Yeah.
Look at the DPS they do to buildings
No.
as well. Having those RPGs as well, just shredding units. There are the
Upgrade
Gales to
complete.
support. And the Gales say, never mind. Doing flyby healings. Pyman could certainly steal that base as well.
Supply pad upgrade
I'm not quite sure
complete.
what Pyman is
Supply
waiting
pad
for here.
upgrade complete.
Hornet under assault from enemy
I'm
ground
not
It
sure
forces.
looks like he can make. Oh well, here's the
Level
engagement with
3
the Banshees.
research.
This could be the time to push if he is able to knock him out here. That's one torpedo not doing much damage there.
Yeah. especially with the
A little bit
Wolverine
disheartening
support,
to see that.
it's going to be looking really good for Pieman. Pieman is the exact Arby composition that he wants to have. Just having a few anti-air units, that's all it is, especially from the range
Supply
that the
pad
Wolverines have.
constructed.
It's fantastic.
Mini base
Yoda now
ready
going to
to
be
use.
flying the Banshees over as well to be doing some DPS on mini bases. Very good.
Our base is under attack. Supply pad upgrade complete. Turret constructed.
Tell that Pieman's a little
Turret
hesitant to
upgraded.
push here.
Turret upgraded.
He's like, I don't know if I want to
Turret
just risk it all
upgraded.
yet.
Hornet under
Yoda just
fire
sacrificing a
from
few
enemy
units out right now.
Leader power ready.
I'm wondering if he's
Air
just
pad
opting in for
constructed.
more Banshees. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's just trying to get a mass Banshee army. Conwood Rage Banshees are actually
comes a push.
very good.
Vehicle level 3.
Yo, just
research.
sends in a couple.
Receiving fire from ground
Quite
troops.
sure what
Over.
that is.
Leader point earned.
Potentially just trying to get a little nosy scout, you know?
Turret constructed.
Pieman doing a very good job of just keeping his map knowledge. Gonna need to buy that base, though, at this point. Why not? He's established 3 bases now completely. Upgraded.
Nightingale under air assault.
Here's the
Comes the
engagement.
engagement right now. Hornets are now chasing down the Banshees. Heel goes down on Pieman's army, which is really good. Yoda's got to back up. He can't take this fight. He needs to go take it at the base where he has a shield. Pieman certainly wanted those kills, though.
Under fire from ground troops.
Poor Hornet now getting caught off guard as well. Plasma torpedoes just flying all the way across the map like a beautiful 4th of July fireworks show. Is this the push we've been waiting for, Nick? I don't know.
Pieman's either
reporting
waiting
for duty.
for Yoda to make a mistake here,
Generator
or
constructed.
he's just turtling him.
Under air assault.
I think with the Banshee play from Yoda, he might actually be able to do a significant amount of damage to Pieman here.
I'm
But
getting
yeah,
hit here.
I think along those lines. Pieman's just trying to play back. Arbiter here getting a little too overzealous, a little aggressive. Banshees, Yoda's just doing this continuous thing where he always sends his Banshees out to the far left just to check the mini. Then he finally buys this base here defensively as well. So we're going to see.
Smash 911, thank you for the Twitch Prime
Being
sub.
hit by enemy troops. I need
And
support.
with that, we've got the
Our
engagement
base
happening
is
right in the
under
front.
attack. Turret upgraded.
Mine's going down as well for Pieman, just getting himself a very good
I'm
defense.
receiving
He-
enemy
see,
turret
he's actually doing a
upgraded.
very good job here. He's trying to coax Yoda out of the shield.
Turret upgraded.
Because that's the only
Turret
way he's actually
upgraded.
able to take the base on 1-to-1.
Wolverine ready
Constantly
for
getting
orders.
close enough for the Wolverines to take some shots as well. The only problem is that every single time he gets in range, Nick, those plasma torpedoes will chase down the air units for Pieman as well.
I'm under attack from the enemy.
He has so many Banshees at this point.
Harvester constructed.
Being fired on from above.
So Yoda's sending the Arbiter down here
Banshee,
just to get
ready
map
to
knowledge, or
fight.
not map knowledge, but army knowledge for Pieman, just to see what he's got.
Yeah.
Because he's yet to see the entire army in that situation. Unfortunately, he did have to waste the Y button on the Arby and waste the conduit. That's okay.
I'm under fire from enemy
Yoda
artillery.
constantly sending units around just to check and scout the expansion.
Banshee
This could
in
be the
war
moment that
zone.
Pieman's looking for as well, where the Banshees just get completely caught off guard
Banshee
here.
under aerial assault.
Yeah.
And those Hornets are just shredding.
Oh, actually, Yoda here with the high ground as well could be looking really good for himself. Very good
Banshee
positioning
under
from both
power
players,
ready.
though. Not going to overcommit at any standpoint.
Our base is under attack. Leader power ready.
Lotus mines now as well.
Air pad constructed.
He's just going to keep dropping them down whenever he
Dying in the
can.
line of duty ruin your career.
See, in this situation, if I was Pieman, I'd just go siege turrets.
Yeah, siege turrets is all he needs right here.
Yoda finally buys that base after flying over it 10 times.
Banshee reporting.
Generator upgrade complete.
I wonder what
Airpad constructed.
wonder what Yoda's thinking of the situation.
Under fire from enemy
If I
units.
turtle long enough, I got this.
Get them off of me.
We'll never
Game
count
mode,
Arby
please.
out.
Upgrade
Yeah,
Arby
complete.
can get a good steamroll going here. Yoda's fully upgraded. It looks like his war council's pretty much where Pieman's is, as far as upgrades go. So all it takes is just one bad push from Pieman, and then Yoda can start to get a little bit of control of his side of the map.
Under
Looks
fire
like
from
Pieman
enemy air
might
units.
use this
Over.
time to push.
Turret
Well, Yoda
upgraded.
No, doesn't look like it. Yep, there it
Oh,
is.
there it goes.
Here comes the engagement.
Ready to
He says, you know what? But this is actually a really bad
Our base
situation in
is
my
under
opinion for
attack.
Pieman because yeah, he's starting to realize that. Oh, the mass stasis on the entire army as well.
There's a
Literally
stasis.
every single
Now
unit is
Yoda
going to
just
be
needs to
frozen.
surround it.
He just needs to go for the
So,
base right now,
they
actually.
seek a fight.
If he pushes against the base right now, he can potentially kill it. Bombs now falling down as well on the Banshees. Banshees
Yoda
gonna have to
dodges the
back
scatter.
up. This entire army got stasis.
I'm under fire.
There we go, plasma bolts now landing as well. Arbiter getting super angry. More conduit going down on these armies as well.
Banshee, ready for assignment.
Pieman making sure to use every leader power in his toolkit, dropping in heavy metal as well on
Our
some of these
base
units.
is under attack.
Yoda gonna have to back up. Knows he can't take that right now. Look at all the beautiful particles
I
flying in
mean,
the air.
it's inevitable at
Hornet
this
ready.
point. The unit count 120 to
Barrage
71
constructed.
in
Leader
favor
point
of Pieman. Barely lost anything in that engagement, but the particles are absolutely gorgeous.
Just like so nice. It's like everyone has little
Harvester
sparklers.
constructed.
4th of July community event coming up, postings.
Our base is under
Hey,
attack.
there it is.
Hashtag.
I'm being attacked by enemy air units.
Here comes the Hornets actually daisy chaining over here. Yoda should be able to get a couple picks here before they even get to the base. Pieman had to split his
Augmented
army here.
harvester
He only sent
upgrade
half of his army
complete.
over. Why is he? He might just be
Harvester
throwing these Hornets
constructed.
away. Or is he got to get the base? Nicholas, he's got to get the base.
He's gonna pick the base.
Oh man,
I'm under fire from aerial units.
it's really unfortunate for Yoda not being
He'll
able
probably
to
get him
those
to. Here comes the engagement on his
Our
main. I
base is
assume
under
he's gonna
attack.
drop a Grizzly Battalion here pretty soon.
That must be exactly what he was thinking about here. Now moving up to the front door. Pieman says this has been going on long enough.
The cowards attack from range.
Banshee's now showing up as well. Hornets in the
Our
mix.
allies
Arbiter
are in
showing up
danger.
at the same time, ready to drop the conduit as he does. All these Banshees getting their health back.
They dare test their
Notice how the
pilot
Banshees
skills
do
against
attack the
me.
Hornets while they're separated.
Banshee reporting.
Our base is under attack.
Banshee under
So many
aerial
units in this
assault.
fight as well.
15 to 63. This game is over.
Yeah, look at that. 60 army population left for Yoda. 111 left for Pieman.
Turret constructed.
Pieman just has to keep keeping the Wolverines in the
Wolverine
back.
here. What you got for me?
He's just gonna keep shredding these units.
I'm under enemy fire.
111 to 57.
Enforcers dropping in now for the
Our
conduit
base
as
is
well.
under attack.
The enemy is sending air units against me.
Pieman doing a really good job just keeping his army position on the low ground here, just like making sure he paces himself, coming back whenever he really knows that
Plenty
he can
of
push.
room. Get in while you still can.
Kodiak's now dropping as
units
well, but
delivered to
they're
easy.
right in front of the Banshees. They're just going to be lunch meat.
Leader power ready.
Pieman finally attacking the base
Artillery.
itself here as the Kodiaks are both stasis. Plasma bolts now falling down on the army at the same time, doing basically nothing,
Our
and the
base
army
is
for
under
Yoda
attack.
wasn't there to actually get the conduit.
Behind their
There
vehicles.
comes the army for Yoda at the same time.
Leader power ready.
Pieman going for a strip play, but then deciding to instead actually attack the army. So many leader powers going down. I'm surprised my computer's handling this.
Dare test their pilot skills against me.
Yoda down to 24 units here. 27 units. 91 to 27. I don't think there's anything that can be done.
I'm under fire from aerial
Pieman doing a
units.
good job stripping the
Methodical
base,
push
flying
finally paid
around,
off.
deciding to cut everything off for
Our
Yoda.
base is under attack.
I cannot evade this barrage indefinitely.
Shield gen finally going down, and that is 100% ultra rip for Yodesla in this game.
Leader point earned.
It was actually a really, really good match to see Forge
I
play
am
so
being
well.
assaulted.
There it is.